Guys, I am notoriously bad for starting a video halfway through starting a video about a thing halfway through making it, because I start off just like, I'm just gonna make this real quick, I'm not gonna film it, and I get into it and then I'm like, oh, this would be really cool to film. And then I have to start my video halfway through and it's like, this is what I've already made. I think I caught this one a little bit earlier though. All I've done is put the first marks on this piece of wood. I am building a stand-up desk for my girlfriend for, I almost said Thanksgiving, but no one gives gifts for Thanksgiving, for Christmas. So this will be going up after the holiday season because she watches some of my videos. She doesn't watch all of them. She watches some of them. And I don't want her to know about it. But it's going to be a really nice desk, and I wanted to take you guys along. The part you did miss me doing is I had this up on a thing to kind of get it to standing height, to feel it out. And I measured the size of my monitor, and I didn't bring it over here, but I brought my laptop over here, and then I used tape measure to kind of be the size of it, and I felt out the size, and I thought about it, and my girlfriend's taller than me, so I'll have to make this taller when I get to actually making it, but let's get started. And start with today's task is to build the tabletop, which is probably the most exacting piece because I'm having to make a piece of wood fit a piece of steel that I'm welding. So this is gonna be all welded tube steel. I just made this TIG stand as like a practice run, or this TIG welded computer stand as a practice run. Forgot to plug that in. So I learned a lot from doing that. This is a really fast, low tolerance one. This is gonna be a higher tolerance part. I want it to be a little nicer. And I realized getting the surfaces of the table, the wooden tabletop, to match up with the welded top is tricky, but I think I've figured it out, and I'm gonna bring you guys along. This is a nice piece of 1-inch oak. I work at Home Depot because I'm poor. Like my channel and subscribe to my channel, like my video, and maybe I'll make money off of YouTube at some point. I do this out of a love for the game, guys. I really do. This is oak. I got it from the coal lumber, the scrap lumber, the cheap lumber department at Home Depot for like 70% off. So I bought it, and now we're gonna use it. Okay guys, what you just watched me do for, I don't know, the last couple minutes that I edited that into was fuck this guy up for, yeah, fuck up both these guys. Pretty bad. Apparently making really square cuts along surfaces is something I'm not good at. I think it's time I admit that to myself. The first one, I laid down that track and I could have swore that thing was definitely going to be perpendicular. It wasn't perpendicular. It's like out by a decent amount. It's not like terrible, but it's out pretty bad. I need a giant square. I need to buy like a contractor square. I don't own that. Make this kind of shit so much easier. But then, so I switched over to the table saw, which I didn't want to do with this giant piece, and my Harbor Freight table saw has some trouble. And then I was being dumb, and I was pushing with the piece that was being cut. I was trying to push it in, and I was pushing into the back side of the blade, and I kind of gnarled it up. So I didn't see if that one was square. You want to find out? Oh man, is that the one? Okay, that's the one that might be out of square. Hold on, let's try this guy. No, how is it not square? I don't understand. I don't understand. Why is that not square? So now it's messy and it's not square. You hear that? That's the sound of something not being square. Look how terribly I've messed this up. I didn't even get, like this will, hold on, this will show you. Okay, look, flat surface right here. I take it and I'm gonna put it right here. And you see how, angled it slopes in? That's because when I did the first cut, I didn't check to make sure that the skill saw was at the right angle. So I've really gone and just fucked this all up. YouTube probably won't show this to anyone because of how much I'm cursing, but you know what? Fuck it. I think I can attribute at least 20% of my errors to the fact that I have mostly Harbor Freight tools. Okay, I sanded down the edges a little bit that I cut, mostly to make myself feel better, but because it's almost like I knew that I couldn't make straight edges on the saw, and my plan was always to make the metal undertable for this thing a little bit smaller than this thing, and then sand this top to fit the metal undertable. So it's just, I thought maybe it'd be better if I got it closer to square, it'd be easier. But it's not very close at all. So I'm gonna make a thing that's about, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch under the size, the tabletop, 1/8 of an inch under the size of this piece of wood. And then it'll be a lot of sanding, but I can sand in the edges. I need a bigger sander. Someone buy me a bigger sander for Christmas. Christmas is coming. Oh wait, you're gonna see this after Christmas. Okay. My birthday is in 4 months. Well, even getting this square took some work, but I think I'm a little bit better at least getting metal square than getting wood square. This is a little bit better. Still not perfect, but it's better. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna run 2 cross beams between these. I'm gonna get those guys cut. And then that's the last thing I'm doing tonight. I don't think I'm gonna get them welded. Let's get after it. up, everybody? A couple days later, I needed a break one day, but I'm back in my shop. Tim's here today. You may see him, like his arms or elbows in the shot or something like that. He's talking to my father out there. That's what you hear in the background. But I have the table up here, and I have it marked up here with Sharpie lines where I want the holes. Not that one, gonna be that one. But then I got my really ghetto punch, and I'm gonna go punch out the holes for all these guys and then drill them out, and then we should be able to transfer the holes, use this as a template to transfer the holes from the metal top to the wooden top. Alright, everybody, my memory card ran out of memory and I had to dump it, so I ended up going through and getting all the holes. I found one I missed, but I got all the holes drilled all the way through, and the next step is going to be then to use this as a pattern, like I was just saying, and transfer it to that piece. But it got kind of late today. I worked this morning. Tim's here. We're going to do a little welding. So first thing tomorrow, I'm going to get the machine running, and then this is going to be my goal, is to get this done. So hopefully we'll get a huge chunk of this done tomorrow. I'll see you guys then. What's going on, everybody? I know I disappeared and did some of a voiceover for you. That's because the machine was running all day and I didn't want to talk over it. But here at the end, got the surface finished up here. You can see it has a nice deep oak color. It's because it's made out of oak. But I went and added a linseed oil. There's little pieces of aluminum stuck in it. There's aluminum in everything because I work with aluminum constantly. There's aluminum all over my shop and house. Anyway, the finish on it is just a linseed oil, which is just a natural oil. Comes from like flax seeds or something like that. I don't think it comes from linseeds, but it's just an oil. And the way you kind of add it on there is you just pour it on really thick and let it absorb up. And Colorado's really dry, so it loves to suck that stuff up. And then you kind of wipe it off over the course of a couple hours. And it leaves just a nice, very durable finish. It also will soak in to the wood a little bit. And I think eventually it kind of hardens a little bit. And then it makes the wood even harder than it already is. And it also penetrates into the wood. So it's not like just something that sits on top of it. And it's natural, you could eat it. I don't know if that's food quality, linseed oil, but you can eat linseed oil apparently. Kind of like petroleum oil, which you can also use. I've never used petroleum oil, but I like linseed oil. Anyway, it's really nice. I really like it. It's really smooth. Spent a lot of time sanding it. It's nice to like really sand the crap out of something. You know, when I make stuff for myself, I leave them a little bit rough around the edges because, you know, it just needs to be functional in the garage. It doesn't need to be beautiful. But, you know, you're making a gift for your girlfriend. You gotta make it all pretty. So it's nice to go that little extra mile and bring it in and make it real pretty. The last thing I have to do for it, the one thing I do really like about it is I love all these lines. I know my shop is kind of messy, but come over here to this side. This angle right here, maybe. Is that better? Yeah. There we go. I love all the vertical lines. I think it is interesting how it catches your eye. And it's a nice looking thing. The last thing I need to do on it is I need to 3D print some little feet, and those are going to plug on there. I'm not going to film those, I'm sorry, because I'm probably not going to get to it for a few days, and I want to get this video edited, but that's the last thing I'm going to do is just 3D print some little feet for it, some plastic feet, just to finish it off. And like I said, keep wiping all that oil off over the next few hours. And then it'll be done. It'll be beautiful, and I'll give it to her on Christmas. Yes. Thank you for watching this. I hope you enjoyed. The camera's being weird. Hope you enjoyed watching me do something a little bit less Iron Man-esque and a little bit more pretty and beautiful and fun. This kind of stuff is fun to do too. I've been doing a lot of it, making quite a few presents this season, which is kind of nice to build stuff that's not even going to stay in my shop. I'm not used to that. So it's kind of cool to build some stuff that's going to leave. Just got some practice building. But then after that, I'm not going to have anything like that. So it'll be all building the suit and infrastructure for the shop, which I plan to do, you know, some infrastructure, but a lot of my energies will hopefully start pouring back into the Iron Man suit too. And then also increasing my workflow and building out my shop and making it more functional. Those two things are going to be my main focus after this. Obviously the machine's running in the background. I'm still working on Iron Man, but you know. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming on this journey. I had a good time. Hope you had a good time watching me. I love you. Bye.